from 8 down to 4, and those bronze medals you just saw inside the Moose Jaw Event Center on the line tonight. It's China, Czechia for bronze at the World Para Ice Hockey Championships here in Moose Jaw. Alongside Jamie Neugebauer, I'm Darren DuPont, and welcome to the medal round. Jamie, the Chinese have been all over the score sheet. They've been on fire through this tournament. The Czechs had 2 really hard-fought games against the Canadians, and now will play for a medal today.
This is a great accomplishment, Darren, for both of these programs. Really wanted to be here as you take a look at the Czechian starting lineup. Michael Geyer, Patrick Sedlacek, Václav Hetsko, they've been huge for the Czechians all tournament long. Martin Kudela, what more can you say about his goaltending, Darren? Maybe the best goalie in the tournament. The young coach of the Czechians, Jakub Novotny, 30 years of age out of Bratislava. He's guided this Czechian team extremely well throughout this tournament.
China, though, characterized by the high-powered offense. Yifang Shen leading the way offensively for China and leading the tournament in scoring. Leading
the tournament by 6 points. In fact, Darren, over Declan Farmer of USA and Dom Kozolino of Canada, so very impressive stuff. Zhidong Wang, as you see him there, he's also a very important player. He's got 9 points, 8 of them goals for China, and Jiwoo Yin will be hoping to cement China's place in the top 3 in the world. Of course, the bronze medalists from the 2022 Paralympics in Beijing. They're trying to do that again here in Canada in their first A-pool tournament at the World Championships.
The goaltenders who will battle each other today. Martin Kudela has been in goal for every minute for the Czechs in this tournament. And at the other side, it's Yun Chao Ji. Did allow 10 goals on 23 shots. He was in goal in that loss to the U.S. in the semifinals, but right back in goal to start this one today. Our referees today for bronze. Bobby Esposito of the USA is our referee. Marius Oswald Hermansen of Norway and Brennan Lewis of the USA on the lines, and we're underway in the bronze medal match here in Moose Jaw. Hong Wan Lee for China ahead, broken up at the Czech blue line. The Chinese were in offside. Czechs will send it down to the other end of the ice. Jin Jung Zhu after it right now. China looking to repeat as bronze medalists in the last major international event, the 2022 Beijing Olympics, where they took home the bronze. This, their first time in the championship tournament here at the World Championships. 3 times Czechia has been the runner-up in this, the bronze medal game. 4th place finish 3 times, looking for their first medal at the World Championships. Good hard check inside the Chinese zone. The Czechs going to get the forecheck going on the left side. Filip Vesely has it in the corner. Vesely going to make a move. Bumped down by Hong Wan Lee. To the line. Radek Zelinka held it there for a second. And now China's away. Yi Tao Chui. Chui working down the right side. He's got Lee going to the net. He scores! A rocket from Yi Tao Chui in the top corner. And a minute 27 in, the Chinese open the scoring.
And Chui getting involved, only his 2nd goal of the tournament, but it's a beauty and a beauty of a time to take it. We've seen his shooting ability, the captain. He's been gritty. He's been hard to play against for the Chinese, and now he's got a big goal at a big time. And scored against the Koreans in the quarterfinal. Got his 2nd here in the bronze. He only picks big games to score, I suppose. And that's a leader by example too, Darren. Captain scores for his team here.
So a quick start for China in transition. Now looking for more just behind Tien, and he couldn't get going. Jintao Tien was good against the United States in the semifinal. Now Dolezal racing back after it. The goaltender Cadella will swat it out to center ice. China's got a tag up on the offside, but will draw the whistle. The face-off coming outside the Czech blue line.
And there's Bobby Esposito, the referee. He refereed these two teams when they played in the 2022 Beijing Paralympics in the group stage last year. It was a 5-2 Chinese victory. 21-8 were the shots for China. So he's familiar with these guys, at least from that game. Of course, that was in front of over 1,000 people in Beijing.
Plenty of experience, no doubt, on the big international stage. And another big moment today in the bronze medal final. This an icing call against China. 2:32 into this opening period.
And one of the keys to this game, especially for Czechia, but really for both teams, is to stay out of the penalty box. The two most penalized teams in the tournament, Czechia with 16 times shorthanded, China at 15 times. The difference, of course, Darren, the Chinese power play has been the best in the tournament. Czechia is struggling in that department. Can't give the Chinese chances.
Zelinka for Czechia will bat it into the corner. Alex Ohar giving chase. And Jian Wu there for China in front for Tien. And Jintao Tien will send it down the ice. This will be another icing call against China here. The Chinese, though, despite being the most penalized team in the tournament, are 14 of 15 on the penalty kill. The number 2 penalty kill in the tournament. Czechia does have the number 4 ranked power play, though. So it'll be interesting to see if special teams becomes a factor here today.
Got to keep your emotions in check either way. But to your point, China's shown when given the chance, they will burn you.
In the slot. China having trouble clearing now. Hobble can't get it in deep, and the puck comes back out to center ice. Vaslav Hechko will send it in. Yifeng Shen meets the puck in the corner. Sedlacek circled. Puck comes out to the blue line and away to center. Zhudong Wang. He's got speed past Kubish. Zhudong Wang off the goalpost. Great chance. Chinese coming close to their second here in the opening period. Yi Tao Chui, who opened the scoring. Left it ahead for Wang. Had that play broken up, and Pavel Kubish will play it forward. No, it's broken up by Wang. Zhudong Wang, 1-on-3. Has support now. Jianfu Zhu into the middle, and it's blocked on the way through. Patrick Sedlacek gets there. Up around to center ice, and it's cleared into the Chinese end, and it'll be icing against Czechia on their heels a little bit early.
Take a look at the speed of Zhudong Wang right here. He just said, hey, I'm going to go around you, Kubish, like you're not really there, and he pings it off the iron. Talented young kid, Zhudong Wang, 23 years old there, and part of the real future of this Chinese program. He's been impressive, to say the least, at this tournament.
Zhudong Wang wins the faceoff. Back to Jinjung Zhu. Zhu in the corner. Hongwan Lee circling. Lee in front for Zhu, and a shot whistles just wide of Cadella. Back to the line now. Held in by Zhu. High into the far corner. Sedlacek in a battle there with Chui. And Chui's pass to the blue line between two defenders and all the way down the ice. Jinjung Zhu, who has a goal and assist in the tournament for China. Playing it forward, centering feed, now 1-on-1, 2-on-1. Lee, Hongwan Lee makes a move, and a nice defensive play by Zdeněk Abel. The Czechs under some pressure, and they get it out to center ice. Novotny trying to get to it, but Jian Wu there for China. Circling in his own zone. Up ahead for Lee. Hard bump there from Hobble. Over the line, Jin Tao Tien for Shen. Shen to the back door, and Cadella will sprawl down and get a glove on it and hang on. Great early pressure from China, and a goal early, almost a second, 1-0 here in the bronze medal game.
Culligan water isn't just a name. It's a promise to put you and your loved ones first. Because with cleaner, softer water, you can feel confident about your water. Culligan Water has been the local water expert since 1936, when we pioneered the water softener. We've continued delivering unmatched service by meeting you where you are, whether it's where you live or where you work. And your satisfaction has always been our greatest reward. But that's not all. Culligan Water offers a responsible and economical alternative to the waste created from single-use plastic bottles. Our systems make it easier to preserve the planet, its landscapes, and its oceans. Because at the heart of everything Culligan Water does is a commitment to provide better water for a better world.
Patrick Sedlacek against Jin Tao Tien in the faceoff. The Chinese control from a tough angle. The shot from Gengjian Wu was blocked. The Czechs now in a race for it. Václav Hečko with Shen, and Shen comes away with a puck. Yifang Shen, hard bump. Mikael Geyer lost his stick. He stuck inside the Chinese zone. They got to wait on the offside. Hečko is going to touch the puck, and now the whistle will go, and they're going to bring the faceoff all the way back down at the other end of the ice.
And could have been a good opportunity for the Czechs if Geyer had not lost one of his sticks. He was unable to get out of the zone on time after the turnover. Puck went right to Dolezal, and he had Hečko going hard into the Chinese zone. What about a bit of breakaway maybe for Czechia had Geyer not been stuck deep in the Chinese zone.
So another offensive zone draw for China. Alex Ohar for Czechia, and Zhudong Wang wins it for China. Long shot deflected. And dribbled just wide past Cadella. Into the corner now. Wang in a battle with Ohar. Centering feed comes to Miroslav Novotny. Novotny's feed. That was out of the reach of Vesely down the ice. And Fu Zhu regrouping. Drops it off for Jin Jung Zhu. Now Radek Zelinka. Zelinka takes a hard bump from Chui. Chui's got the opening goal in this hockey game. Way back at the minute 27 mark of the first period on a great shot. Now Zhudong Wang to an open wing, nobody there. Collected by Zdenek Abel. Abel up for Novotny. Novotny for Vesely. It's just out of his reach and down the ice. Jin Jung Zhu. Zhu for Wang. Zhudong Wang up ahead for Lee. That pass intercepted by Hečko, and it's out to center. Kubish leaves it for Hečko. A break here for the Czechs. 2-on-1 with Sedlacek. Hečko can't get the shot away. Drops it for Kubish, and a shot was broken up by Wang. Now Hečko trying to walk in. Goes behind the net. Back door to the blue line for Kubish. A shot blocked. Another opportunity. The Chinese collect the rebound and they're away. Chui. Yu Tao Chui in all alone for China. And a big stop by Cadella. Martin Cadella outweighted Yu Tao Chui on the breakaway. Lost his glove at the end of that play. But how about these? Two chances, one at either side of the ice. Shot blocked, and away goes Chui.
Well, and yes, Chui with a great breakaway and a great save by Cadella. But what I really want to emphasize, Darren, is the maturity of Zhudong Wang. Blocked a shot, Before that, he won a face-off cleanly to make an offensive opportunity. He does a lot of little things for China. He's their best face-off guy, number 8 as well, 52% on the tournament. 23-year-old number 1 centerman for China gives them a lot of elements.
Yeah, he's very fun to watch. Czechia's got to wait here and tag up on the offside. They do. Alex Olhar drops it for Filip Vesely. Vesely tried to fight Zdeněk Abel. He'll fight for that loose puck and play it into the corner. And Jian Wu around. Held in by Zelinka. Radek Zelinka in the corner. Now away. Here's a 3-on-2 for China. Jin Zhang. Across the line for Shen. Shen in. Another big stop by Martin Cadella. Great save by the Czech goaltender. Geyer. Long feed. That's behind everybody. No icing here. As Zhu Liu will get to that puck first. What a first period from Martin Cadella in the Czech goal. And now an icing call against China.
And we're going to show you what the Chinese do, Darren. This is what they do. This is their game. They transition so fast through the neutral zone. They put pucks to spaces. And if you just ticked it back a few more seconds into the Chinese zone, that's really where it was created. Because other than Canada and USA, the tactic of a lot of teams in this tournament really is to gang up, have 2, 3, 4 guys hounding the puck, force you into pressure situations. The Chinese deal with that pressure so well by putting puck into space and using their speed to get there first. And they handle pressure better than most other teams in this tournament. And that's probably why they have been the 3rd best team in this tournament. They got to prove it, of course, the rest of this game against the Czechia.
China with an early 4-0 lead on the shot clock to go along with a 1-0 lead on the scoreboard. Trying to complete a change here. That feed is behind Jin Tao Tien. Now centering feed. Chance for Václav Hečko. Hečko's got Geyer going to the net. Hečko moves to the middle. Decided not to take the shot. Made a move, and instead, defensively, the Chinese get back in time. Now Hečko will clear it down the ice. Sedlacek gives chase. Jin Zhang Zhu on it for China. Leaves it for Zhudong Wang. Wang through center ice. 2-on-1 China. Waiting. Now a shot on the short side goes wide. Novotny collects the rebound. Up with the blue line. Chui drops it off for Zhu. Now Zhudong Wang, a shot goes right through the crease out the other side. Held in by Zhu at the blue line. Zhu's shot blocked. And Filip Vesely away for Czechia. He's got Alex Olhar racing there. Olhar gets the pass. Dropped off for Zelinka. Zelinka to the back door. Zdeněk Abel was going in fast, and the pass was just behind him. Alex Olhar with some back pressure by Hongwan Lee. Lee forces the puck free, and the goaltender Cadella comes out and swats at it. Less than 4.5 minutes to go here in the first of this bronze medal game. Shen's shot right into the glove, and Martin Cadella will hang on. 1-0. China with the lead. Looking for a bronze medal here at Moose Jaw. We're in the first period.
So I got another parking ticket. Play 92, number 1 for throwbacks.
It's Kyler for Play 92. We'll catch you later.
Is it time to take your event online? Bring it to IKS Live. We've got a fully customized virtual event platform with remote guest support for your next fundraiser, talk show, conference, performance, and more. IKS Live offers live streaming to Facebook Live and YouTube and pre-recorded capabilities, both in our studio with green screen available and on location with pre-production and post-production services. Visit us at ikslive.ca.
And we started this tournament, the World Para Ice Hockey Championships, on Sunday. This is game 19 of 20. Boy, has it flown by. It's been a lot of fun. This ice is taking a bit of a beating, but all the competitors have been great, and what a wonderful time it's been here in Moose Jaw.
Yeah, it really has. A treat, and I know for this community, they've really enjoyed it. You know, now there's some legacy pieces that will be left behind. An opportunity, whether it's the benches and the opportunity to have those boards available if you want to change them out, and potentially developing more access to sledge hockey here in this community, here across the province, and here across the country. First time Canada's been able to host the World Para Ice Hockey Championships. China can't clear. Kovic. He's got Geyer in front. Geyer waits. Backhand shot. Right on. It's in. It's squeaked across the line. Miguel Geyer. And this bronze medal game is tied at 1.
And you had to know, Darren, if there was a Czechian player that was going to find a way, it would be Miguel Geyer. Kubic turns the puck over. Geyer gets it to the net. He's right in front of Ji, in front of the Chinese net. Turnover by Ji Lu's been so good for China throughout this tournament, so steady even though he's so young. And turn it over to the wrong two guys. Kubic finds Miguel Geyer in front, and there's one guy on the Czechian team that has proven he can finish over and over again. It's Geyer, and he is his third of the tournament.
Just kept competing. Yin Chao Ji made the first save, but never quite had the puck covered. So now how will China respond? So they're going to mark it as an unassisted goal for Geyer. Now to center ice. Hong-Wan Lee couldn't collect the pass. Yan Fu-Ju. The right side for Chui. Yu-Tao Chui leaves it there for Zhu. Good battle at center. Out an open wing. Hong-Wan Lee. Took a bump from Zdeno Kabel. Zelinka pushing it forward, trying to find Novotny in a race for it. And Jinjong Zhu sent it all the way in. Radek Zelinka will start the breakout with 2:39 to go in the first. Zdeno Kabel across center, weaving his way through. Takes a hard bump from Hong-Wan Lee. And the Czechs have to regroup at their own line. Kubic forward, intercepted by Zhudong Wang. And now as Jinjong Zhu crosses the line, the play is offside and we'll get a whistle.
How about this hit by Hong-Wan Lee coming into your kitchen? And Hong-Wan Lee, one of a number of players on this Chinese team, born in the 2000s, 22-year-old defenseman. He's been fantastic for China, really taking big steps throughout this event. Good defensively as well. 6 points, really contributes in all ways.
I think that's a contributing factor to the Chinese and their quick ascent up the world rankings too. A lot of young, budding superstars. Puck sent all the way down. Icing waved off. Inside 2 minutes to go now in the first. Patrick Sedlacek around for Pavel Dolezal. Past him. Hetchko plays it up into the neutral zone. Geyer first on it. ahead for Sedlacek. It was just behind him. Hard bump from Václav Hečko on Jinjung. Set in. Jinjung Zhu to the near wing. And now sent down the ice. Jian Tao Tian racing after it with Hobble. Hobble, a nice little bump, and is able to get the puck into the corner. Yifeng Shen now. Quiet opening period for Shen. The Czechs have done a good job keeping him in check. Shen now in the corner with Tien. Give and go. Tien's got it. Makes one little move. Open wing. Zhudong Wang wasn't there. And away go the Czechs. 2-on-2 to center. Oh, hard bump as Shen and Zelinka collide. Now Geyer. A move to the left. 40 seconds to go in the period. Mikhail Geyer for Hobble. A shot. And a great back check by Yifeng Shen. He lifted the stick. Never let him get the shot away. Geyer misses on the short side. Up top for Kubish. Kubish around for Geyer. 22 seconds in the period. Václav Hečko centering feed, and that's broken up by Shen, who's showing a great set of skills defensively. 10 seconds to go in the period. Shen has it. Hečko with the hit. 6 seconds to go. And the Chinese will bring it out to center ice. And time will expire in the first period. So we're used to Yifeng Shen lighting up the scoreboard at the other end of the ice. He makes two great plays defensively late in the first period. And China and Czechia will head to the locker room. Tied at 1 here in the bronze medal game of the World Para Ice Hockey Championships.
Perhaps a bigger difference outside of equipment would be the bench setup. And I feel like a lot of people might not know how that actually functions. The difference is that there's actually no real bench in the bench. It's more or less just synthetic ice, so that when we do come off and on for changes, we can just kind of slide off and slide on. And there's no, like, you know, getting out of your sled to sit on the bench and then getting back in your sled to go for a shift.
Actually, Pyeongchang, we had ice, which was pretty cool. I think that was the coolest one that we've had because we'd skate as fast as we could in there and then snow our coaches, which was cool.
You know, if there's big lips from the actual like ground level to the rink level, it's oftentimes difficult for, you know, grassroots athletes to be able to navigate those lips, because be able to go from, like, you know, ground floor up here to rink down here is it's a big transition down, and it's even a bigger transition up to get off the ice.
When they start to play at a younger age, the bench is on the ice, right beside the boards, just because it makes it easier for the little guys to come in and out.
The rinks that aren't outfitted properly for Sledge don't have any like see-through plexiglass in the benches, so most players can't even see what's going on before they step on the ice.
For breakouts in sledge hockey, a lot of it is to do with supporting and just helping out your team, making it so that it's easy to break out, because it's hard when you're doing it by yourself, right? So for us, it's just being quick and support.
So after getting a crisp pass from Tyrone, it's a little, like you said, it's a little bit tougher because we're all facing up ice. We can't turn backwards like a stand-up hockey player. So our entries, like you said, it's a lot of support. We like supporting each other when we come in. Sometimes when you don't have anything, we'll just throw it in the corner and have our speedy wingers get in there. It's very much like the hockey you see in the NHL.
Can't skate backwards.
You can try.
You can try. It doesn't look very pretty though, and it's not going to be very efficient. A couple extra penalties where you can't T-bone guys. So if you go into a guy with the front of your sled first, obviously that's a 2-minute for teeing, and it's it's good because the sleds can do some damage as we found out.
It's the worst. Again, it takes all your momentum out, and it's just a miserable way to get hit.
So the play in front of the net is a lot different from stand-up hockey, just because you have so many more things that the puck can hit going to the net and just in front of the net. And then you also, like, if you look, sometimes you're looking down, if the puck's underneath, you can't find it, but the guy beside you can see it.
Either you're knocking a guy over and you're trying to get back up again and you're trying to push him out of the way. It gets physical, and I love it though. So that's why I play the game.
Is it time to take your event online? Bring it to IKS Live. We've got a fully customized virtual event platform with remote guest support for your next fundraiser, talk show, conference, performance, and more. IKS Live offers live streaming to Facebook Live and YouTube and pre-recorded capabilities, both in our studio with green screen available and on location with pre-production and post-production services. Visit us at ikslive.ca.
My window's like a mirrored reflection. I have to steer you in the right direction. I have to trust that we can find a way.
On every trip, you can depend on Esso to be the place between places, connecting you to what's next.
There's really not much to it. It's basically a bucket we sit in, attached to some tubing, a frame, and a foot piece that our lower extremity goes in.
Tubes on the side and there's blades on the bottom, just like regular skates.
So there's two blades with a pretty decent variance based on skill level. It can range from pretty well, 6 to 8 inches to just a fraction of an inch at the most, like elite level. And I'd say the difference between the wider blades and the more narrow blades could be balance, speed, and just your ability to be agile in your sled.
At the grassroots level, there's pretty adjustable sleds, so they can fit for longer legs or shorter legs, wider blades for better balance, or closer blades for better turning.
There's a lot of pins and bolts that the user can modify based on, their growth or their weight or what they kind of like out of their sled before they say, hey, this is the perfect fit.
But once you get onto the higher level teams, you start getting your own custom sleds made, and they fit perfectly to you and what height you want it and how long you want it.
Because at that level, we don't really need to change it day in and day out. Something that's unique about this sport is that we actually have two blades underneath, not just one like your typical hockey skate would have.
So we sharpen the blades almost every practice, just depends on whether we lose an edge or not. And then we have little mini, almost like mini sticks with picks on the bottom of them.
So currently speaking, I'd say the biggest modification is just stick length. And because we use our sticks for both skating and shooting, you kind of have to consider, will a longer stick give me a longer stride? Or will a shorter stick give me a shorter stride? Will a longer stick give me a harder shot? Or will a shorter stick give me a more accurate shot?
So there's a left-sided curve and a right-sided curve. It's almost like having a left and right stick in regular hockey. So you have to be pretty ambidextrous to be able to move right to left and shoot with both hands.
I know when I first started, I actually wore my prosthetic in my sled because A, I didn't really know any different, and B, I didn't really know how to protect my limb when my leg wasn't on.
When I first started playing, I just wore a regular street shoe and I actually wore hockey pants in my sled, but later realizing that's not the most ideal because it's way too bulky and you don't really need protection when you're sitting in a bucket. You do wear shin protectors, and I actually wear a skate boot that has the skate missing just to protect my toes from pucks or people slapping at your feet.
It's your online portal to all things Moose Jaw. It's everything, all in one location. Find it all at discovermoosejaw.com.
Mission Control, can we access the internet through that satellite?
Confirming, GEO satellite is internet capable.
Why do you ask?
Hello?
Are you streaming music right now?
What y'all trying to do?
Saskatchewan, 620 CKRM.
Scores! Jäger bomb!
In his first Paralympic Games for Canada. Here comes James Dunn with his first Paralympic goal. Like he's been doing it all his life.
On a beautiful sunny day here in the province of Saskatchewan, China and Czechia inside the Moose Jaw Event Center, all tied up at 1 after 15 minutes in the bronze medal game of the World Para Ice Hockey Championships. Darren Dupont alongside Jamie Neugebauer. We say hello once again. Jamie, a great first period. It was China who opened the scoring 1 minute 27 seconds in, but the Czechs kept battling, and Mikhail Geyer was able to tie things up.
Yeah, it was a very patient first period, I felt there, and by the Czechians. They sat back a little bit more than is their normal style. They let the Chinese come at them and wait for an opportunity. I think the Czechians are going to be happy with that first period because, of course, they're tied, but also because they've really limited Yifeng Shen and the Chinese to only 5 shots on goal and no power plays. I think really mission accomplished for Czechia.
Yeah, staying disciplined, I think, very important for Czechia here over the final 30 minutes.
Yeah, disciplined in terms of staying out of the box, disciplined in terms of their game plan, limiting space. The Chinese love when you come at them. They want to flip pucks behind you and get in there and skate and get those 2-on-1, 3-on-2 opportunities where they can really motivate and manipulate space. Czechians have done a nice job keeping the Chinese at bay so far in this bronze medal game.
So as we move forward into the final 30 minutes, we saw Yifeng Shen, usually very dominant in the offensive zone in the opening period. He was more of a factor in the Chinese defensive end.
Yeah, it was great. Back checking. It's great to see for a player when things aren't going their way offensively. Can they ask themselves, what else can I do to contribute? He has killed a lot of penalties. We talked about the Chinese penalty kill, Darren, throughout this tournament. They've done a great job, 14 of 15, as you mentioned in the broadcast, and he's doing a great job finding other ways other than scoring goals.
U.S. did a really good job of keeping him in check. Maybe the Czechs saw something on film. They were physical with him and really limited him offensively, as we'll get a look at what transpired in that first period.
Yeah, it was a real quick start for China as the captain Cui with the beautiful finish early in the first period, and it looked at that point like it might have been a typical Chinese landslide on the Czechian head, but great job by the Czechians of bouncing back. They stuck to their game plan. They didn't deviate from what they had drawn up. A very patient team. Is opportunity here. Zhidong Wang hit the post. Could have been 2-0. I think that gave the Czechians a little bit of life, a little bit of momentum. Saw some physicality from the Czechians as well, and they were working hard trying to get back on the back check here. Kudela, again, very, very good. Czechians have been able to rely on Kudela a lot, and if you're going to play the sit back and be patient game, you need your goalie to be great. And Kudela, very, very good again in that first period. Yifeng Shen, the first time there, he really got loose. Maybe the only time he got loose. Tried to go around Kudela. What a great save by Kudela, and he's made some world-class saves in this tournament. Not to be outdone, G on his first shot on goal right there. Geyer in front, poked it home, just squibbed in off of a turnover, and the patience of the Czechians paid off in that first.
So to the second period we go. Patrick Sidlacek and Zhidong Wang on the faceoff. China wins the draw. Ganfu Zhu. Now Geyer has got that goal for Czechia. Takes a hard bump, draws a penalty here. Jinjung Zhu is going to head to the penalty box for teeing. And the Czechs will get the game's first power play.
And we both remarked, Darren, in the intermission that there had been no power plays either way after we were talking about discipline being such a key. Well, I guess they were listening to their coach. And Zhu's going to go off here for the tee of Geyer. China missed. Jinjung Zhu at times in this tournament, was out for a couple games. Big opportunity for the Czechians here.
The number 4 ranked power play in the tournament at 20%. Geyer now. Back up to Pavel Kubish down low. Vaclav Hečko, and his pass couldn't connect with Pavel Dolezal, and it's all the way down the ice.
I should mention, too, that the Czechians, the 4th-ranked power play, but they haven't scored a power play goal since their group stage game against Canada, so it has gone dry the last number of games.
Trying to reignite it here. Kubish takes a bump. Geyer comes in and picks up the puck with Václav Hečko. Hečko, stick handling, finds Geyer, puts it in, shot was stopped by Yin Chao Ji. Patrick Sidlacek trying to work that puck free with Zhidong Wang for China. Dolezal was changing. Zelenka held it in, down for Hečko. Hečko being watched by Shen. In front, Geyer, the one-timer just went wide. That developed quickly. And now Shen, Yifeng Shen, being watched by Zelenka, who comes in with a hard check. Slips past that one. And the Czechs away, Alex Ohar in a race for it. Across the blue line. Hečko in the corner with Shen. Had a man and Geyer all alone in front, but Shen breaks that play up. Now in front, Geyer, a shot right on, he scores! Mikhail Geyer Geier on the power play. His second of the game. It's 2-1 Czechia.
And 2 goals, Darren, on 2 shots in this game for Czechia. Can't blame G on this one. Talking about Yifeng Shen doing such great work away from scoring goals in this game. And just a bad turnover in a bad spot. Great forechecking there by Václav Hečko. Put it out right in front. And the right man in the right spot again, Geier. Nothing that G could do about that one, though. But the Czechians have picked their spots so well, when to come hard, when to forecheck, and they get rewarded again right there.
Offside call right at the Czech blue line from Michal Geier. Back-to-back goals. And the Czechs have taken a 2-1 lead. Face-off will be in the neutral zone. It will be Patrick Sedlacek and Jintao Tien on the draw. Does China have an answer? We will find out. Václav Hečko with the lone assist on the goal. His first assist and second point of the tournament. Jintao Tien for Yifeng Shen. Shen 1-on-3. Works to the right. Waits. Now a shot. And that was fought off by Cadella. Geier around the boards for Hečko. Intercepted. Fanned on the shot. Another opportunity, and the shot doesn't get away. Tien now. Tien drops it off for Shen. Shen takes a bump from Hečko, and Geier picks up the loose puck. Leaves it for Kubish, who plays it off the wall and down the ice. This has enough to go for icing, and it will. And so the Czechs won't be allowed to change, and the faceoff will be back down in their end.
And Václav Hečko, almost from hero to goat, I should say, right here, turns the puck over. Yifeng Shen trying to make amends for his turnover that created the Czechian goal. Busts his way in, and there's the turnover that creates the rush up the ice, and you see the speed that he has. He's been dangerous like that all tournament long, has Shen.
Another race here as Hečko tried to beat out the icing call. Just will be a couple of strides behind, and the faceoff will come back down inside the Czech zone once again. The Czechs, again, unable to change, have a tired group on the ice with Kubish, Geier, Hečko, Sedlacek, and Alex Olhar. Judong Wong on the faceoff. He lost it to Sedlacek. Over for Hečko. And this time it's down the ice. No icing called this time, and the Czechs are able to change. 4 of them head to the box. Judong Wong, the center, being pressured by Olhar. Wong across the Czech blue line. Right side, sent it all the way across in behind Ongwan Lee. Olhar left it there for Miroslav Novotny to the line. Not out. Here's an opportunity. Ongwan Lee. Lee back up top. And Chui couldn't take the pass cleanly. Itao Chui. Judong Wong, quick shot went wide. Held in by Zhan Fuzhu around the boards. Itao Chui. Chui for Judong Wong. Wong coils and fires and misses on the near side. Yifeng Shen back on the ice. Shen pokes it behind the net for Chui. Let it go past him to the line. Held in by China to the blue line now, and it's out to center ice. Zdeněk Abel as it go past him. Novotny takes a whack at it. Wong couldn't collect it for China, and the Czechs clear it to center. And Jian Wu being watched by Michal Geier. Leaves it for Yifeng Shen. Shen takes a hard bump from Václav Hečko. Hečko lost his stick. Kubish up for Geier. Geyer, who's got a pair of Czech goals here in the bronze medal game. Tien sends it in wide. Shen and Hetchko one-on-one. Kubish in to help out as well with Geyer. Shen pokes it forward. Dolezal gets there first for Czechia. Off the boards to the blue line. Chui holds it in. Chui can't get the puck in deep. Another hard hit as the physical play has reached another level. Now we get a whistle on a hand pass in the faceoff in the neutral zone. Early power play goal from Mikhail Geyer and a big stop at the other end from Martin Kadela. The Czechs lead the Chinese 2-1.
Spring in style with new offers from Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. Costco is back, and eligible members can receive a $750 bonus on select trucks and full-size SUVs. Step into the powerful 2022 Chevy Silverado or 2022 GMC Sierra 1500 with low financing rates starting at 1.49% for up to 72 months. Drive in comfort and style with the versatile 2023 Equinox and 2023 Terrain, featuring standard heated seats, advanced safety features, and a modern infotainment system with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Or opt for the spacious and refined 2023 Buick Enclave with standard all-wheel drive starting from as low as 2.99% financing. Don't miss out on these limited time offers. Visit us today to experience the thrill of driving a new Chevrolet Buick.
And the Chinese, Darren, have had such awesome support from the Moose Jaw Chinese network, and I'm sure Chinese people from all over, of course, mentioned a few times in the tournament, long history of Chinese immigration to Western Canada. Great to see them come out and support their team so well.
Oh, they really have. Right from day one, they've been loud and filling up the Moose Jaw Event Center. Been a lot of fun here, and it's made for a great atmosphere here at the World Championships. Yifang Shen. Long pass across for Tien. Jintao Tien in a race for it. Kadela swipes at it. Nice play by the Czech goaltender. And they'll clear it down the ice, but this will be icing against Czechia. 8:35 to go here in a second period that sees the Czechs out in front by a score of 2-1.
Should also mention these two teams did battle at the quarterfinals at the Beijing Paralympic Games as well at the Beijing National Indoor Stadium. That was a 4-3 Chinese win. Very tight hockey game throughout. 16-12 were the shots for China, and Martin Kudela excellent. Geyer had a goal in that one, and China went on to, of course, win the bronze medal at home.
A huge bronze medal for China at the Beijing Paralympic Winter Games. Now loose puck's going to go right to Kadela. He'll swipe at it and he'll send it out of the zone. Martin Kadela. Who stopped all 4 shots that he faced in the quarterfinal win against Italy. A 4-0 shutout victory that got them into the medal round before falling to Canada 5-0 in Saturday's semifinal. Now to center. That pass, and the puck gets up on its end, and it's going to roll forward for an icing call once again against Czechia.
And so we'll look at some of the attention that Yifang Shen has taken from the Czechians in this game. Darren, you mentioned it when you and Daniela called the USA-China game that they were really trying to target him. Czechia doing the exact same thing to great effect so far today. You mentioned he's made some very good back-checking plays, physical, gritty plays, also turned that puck over for the second Czechian goal, but definitely the man with 16 points, 6 more than anybody else in this tournament, is the #1 target for Czechia in this game.
Once again, another icing call against Czechia. And so, again, unable to change, and a tired group out on the ice with a defensive zone faceoff.
And Pavel Dolezal right there, been such a tower of power for Czechia in this tournament. Only 1 point, but done a lot of every little detail. Such a strong human being as well. And you see him a lot the rest of today, you'd think there.
Yeah, logging a ton of minutes for the Czechs. They'll ice it once again. And another chance for a breather for this group that's still on the ice with 7:02 to go in the second period in a 2-1 game. Both of these teams looking for their first medals at the World Championships. Talked about China's bronze at the Paralympic Winter Games, but they're competing in the championship tournament for just the first time. Meanwhile, the Czechs, 3 times they've been the runner-up in the bronze medal game, finishing in 4th. This time, they won't ice it. And the Czechs will start the line change as Dolezal and Ohar head off. And an offside call against Czechia. So that will allow them to get the rest of the line change finished here and get some fresh bodies on the ice.
I think they counted that long dump down the ice, Darren, as Czechia's 3rd shot. So now it's 2 goals on 3 shots because the 3rd shot was a long dumping down the ice. But either way, it was 2 goals on 2 shots for a long time for Czechia. But they don't care. They've really kept this game to the outside. Really bogged this Chinese team down, been physical on Shen. As we've talked about, I think it's been a picture-perfect game and half a game so far for Czechia.
It has been. Miroslav Novotny's going to get to the puck first. Oh, he over-skated it. Jinzheng Zhu there for China. And with the shots at 8-3 China, it does not feel like the ice is tilted quite that much. The Czechs have had chances, just not necessarily putting the puck on goal. Down the ice, Zdeněk Abel gets there first for the Czechs. Takes of them from Jintao Tien. Abel round the boards for Patrick Sedlacek. Yifeng Shen took a swipe at it and missed. Up ahead, Philip Vesely to an open side for Abel. Abel puts on the brakes. Quickly across now to the front of the goal for Novotny, and it's broken up on the way through by Jinzheng. More from Czechia. Wraparound chance. It's loose in front. Novotny and held on to by Yin Chao Ji. And a face-off coming inside the Chinese end. Still 2-1 Czechia as they continue to battle here in the second period in the bronze medal game. Second period continues. Inside 6 minutes to go, and a great battle. Bronze medal on the line here today. Shot off the drop. Picked up by Yanfu Zhu. Long feed behind Zhudong Wang. Dolezal gets there first, and an icing call against China. So they'll go back down once again to the other side, and the Czechs doing a great job here, holding on to a 2-1 lead.
Here's another thing to think about, Darren, for Czechia. Ever since 2017, they've had the World Championships in their country every tournament. So this is the first tournament in 3 tournaments that the World Championships wasn't in Ostrava in the Czech Republic, or in Czechia, pardon me, as it's called now. And so they've done a nice job here coming out on the road, different environment, different ice surface, and playing their game anyways.
Good chance in front as Geyer put that puck to the middle of the ice. Now Dolezal played it forward. Patrick Sedlacek. He'll turn. Trying to feather it in for Mikhail Geyer. That was broken up by Zhu. And now Jinjung Zhu back to the blue line. Hechko holds it in. Václav Hechko misplayed it, and it's out to center ice. Less than 5 minutes to go in the second period. Shot right on. Stopped by Yin Chao Ji. Wu. Up ahead. Chui plays it off the wall. The Czechs. Zdeněk Abel, and we'll get an offside call here against China as that puck bounced right back into the zone. So the face-off will just come outside the Czech blue line.
Well, Bobby Esposito, the referee, leaned into a Chinese player there, said, sorry about that, my bad, because it hit him, the referee, and bounced back in, and that had created a scoring chance. Wonder if he would have blown it down there, Bobby Esposito out of New Jersey.
Zdeněk Abel takes a bump from Jintao Tien. Puck stays in the zone. Hong Wan Lee tried to send it back for Gungjian Wu, and the Czechs will send it down for another icing call. Now with 4:08 to go in the period, and Czechia trying to find a way to get to the locker room with this 2-1 lead.
Well, the shots have really ratcheted up. The goal, you say that old saying, goals change games, right, Darren? Well, Czechia getting that second goal is putting some extra juice into their sleds. They've, at the last 4 or 5 shots in this game, they've been flying, have the Czechia.
Radek Salinka around the boards, out of the reach of Miroslav Novotny. He bumps into Jinjung Zhu. Now a race for the puck. Swipe that to the blue line. And the Czechs away Vesely for Hobble. Hobble leaves it there for Novotny across center ice, and he'll send it in. Line change for Czechia as China starts the breakup. Off the wall for Chui. It was behind him, and Pavel Kubic will send it all the way back in. He'll tag up on the offside. Quickly across for Yanfu Zhu. Ahead for Shen. Yifang Shen into the corner. Zhudong Wang and Shen collide with Kubic. Geyer in to help out. It's underneath them. Wang and Geyer poked forward. Dolezal racing after it. Gets to it. Protects the puck. Oh, turned over now. Zhudong Wang turns in. Shot stopped by Cadella. And Martin Cadella makes his 8th stop of the game. A big one here late in the period.
Really interesting. Darren, the Chinese have put Zhudong Wang and Yifang Shen on a line together. I haven't seen that too much. Even strength, especially as they're trying to find something with the captain Chui as well on that unit. See if that stays together or if that was kind of a half line change, Darren, but interesting for the Chinese to put their 2 stars together for the first time in this tournament.
Well, you need to get the offense going. Why not put your best offensive players on the ice together? Combine that with Jintao Tien, who's also playing on that line. Pretty dangerous group. Dolezal quickly ahead. Kubic for Geyer. Geyer across the Chinese blue line, sending it in wide. Tien will pick it up for China. Jintao Tien takes a bump, drops the puck off. Quickly ahead for Jinjung. Zhang for Gungjian Wu. Wu back for Tien. Into the slot. Run into by Geyer. Puck into the corner. Hard bump on Jinjung by Philip Vesely. Around the boards. Held in by Gung Jian Wu. Comes to Geyer. He's at the end of a long shift, tired. Can't get the puck up. Dolezal has to try again. Tien coming. Big bump off the side of the goal. Back to the blue line. Hechko leaves it for Radek Zelinka. Back to Václav Hechko. Now for Geyer. Collects it across the Chinese blue line. Centering feed. Sedlacek. Patrick Sedlacek. But he just had that puck too far in front of him. Just lost control of it, or it could have been a break. No icing here. Picked up by Xinjiang for China. Alex Olhar in to collect the loose puck. 1:05 to go in the period. Long feed. Novotny pokes it forward. Now a race for it. Abel trying to get there, but the Chinese Xinjiang Zhu does. Plays it to the blue line, not out. Miroslav Novotny in for Vesely, who lost a stick. Olhar. And Yifang Shen collects the loose puck. Feed up ahead for Chui. Leaves it for Shen. Yifang Shen with speed. Walking in. Glove save. Cadella. Yifang Shen on the rush. And a great save. Martin Cadella.
Oh, the Chinese got away with two things here. We're going to look at them on the replay. First, was this offside against the Czechians? They get away with it. No problem there. Good goaltending by G. Aggressive on Sedlacek. And then the other end, Czech player had his stick whacked out of his hands. No call. Puck quickly up the ice, and Yifang Shen free because the Czechians were looking around expecting a call.
So one either way there. 19 seconds to go in the period. One more rush for Shen. Around Kubish. Here comes Yifang Shen. He scores! With 12 seconds left, Yifang Shen has tied this bronze medal game 2-2.
It is so hard to keep a talent like this guy quiet for a whole game. And he finally gets free. Pavel Kubish just a little bit flat-footed. Czechians did such a good job having two red jerseys in his way every time he got ahead of steam. Not that time. Kubish was unable to deal with him alone. And as he's been doing all tournament, Darren, makes no mistake, 13th goal of the tournament here in the bronze medal game.
What a game. The Czechs and the Chinese, and we go to the third with the score tied 2-2. Yifang Shen. The bronze medal is on the line here in Musha. The speed, the vision, the shot. Yifang Shen. China and Czechia tied at 2 with 15 minutes to play.
Perhaps a bigger difference outside of equipment would be the bench setup. And I feel like a lot of people might not know how that actually functions. The difference is that there's actually no real bench in the bench. It's more or less just synthetic ice, so that when we do come off and on for changes, we can just kind of slide off and slide on. And there's no, like, you know, getting out of your sled to sit on the bench and then getting back in your sled to go for a shift.
Actually, Pyeongchang, we had ice, which was pretty cool. I think that was the coolest one that we've had because we'd skate as fast as we could in there and then snow our coaches, which was cool.
You know, if there's big lips from the actual, like, ground level to the rink level, it's oftentimes difficult for, grassroots athletes to be able to navigate those lips, because be able to go from ground floor up here to rink down here it's a big transition down, and it's even a bigger transition up to get off the ice.
When they start to play at a younger age, the bench is on the ice, right beside the boards, just because it makes it easier for the little guys to come in and out.
The rinks that aren't outfitted properly for sledge don't have any see-through plexiglass in the benches, so most players can't even see what's going on before they step on the ice.
For breakouts in sledge hockey, a lot of it is to do with supporting and just helping out your team, making it so that it's easy to break out, because it's hard when you're doing it by yourself, right? So for us, it's just being quick and support.
So after getting a crisp pass from Tyrone, it's a little, like you said, it's a little bit tougher because we're all facing up ice. We can't turn backwards like a stand-up hockey player. So our entries, like you said, it's a lot of support. We like supporting each other when we come in. Sometimes when you don't have anything, we'll just throw it in the corner and have our speedy wingers get in there. It's very much like the hockey you see in the NHL.
Can't skate backwards.
You can try.
You can try. It doesn't look very pretty though, and it's not going to be very efficient. A couple extra penalties where you can't T-bone guys. So if you go into a guy with the front of your sled first, obviously that's a 2-minute for teeing, and it's good because the sleds can do some damage, as we found out.
It's the worst. Again, it takes all your momentum out, and it's just a miserable way to get hit.
So the play in front of the net is a lot different from stand-up hockey, just because you have so many more things that the puck can hit going to the net and just in front of the net. And then you also, if you look, sometimes you're looking down, the puck's underneath, you can't find it, but the guy beside you can see it.
Either you're knocking a guy over and you're trying to get back up again and you're trying to push him out of the way. It gets physical, and I love it though, so that's why I play the game.
Is it time to take your event online? Bring it to IKS Live. We've got a fully customized virtual event platform with remote guest support for your next fundraiser, talk show, conference, performance, and more. IKS Live offers live streaming to Facebook Live and YouTube and pre-recorded capabilities, both in our studio with green screen available and on location with pre-production and post-production services. Visit us at ikslive.ca.
My window's like a mirrored reflection. I have to steer you in the right direction. I have to trust that we can find a way.
On every trip, you can depend on Esso to be the place between places, connecting you to what's next.
Good morning!
So I got another parking ticket. Play 92, number 1 for throwbacks.
It's Kyler for Play 92. We'll catch you later.
There's really not much to it. It's basically a bucket we sit in, attached to some tubing, a frame, and a foot piece that our lower extremity goes in.
Tubes on the side and there's blades on the bottom, just like regular skates.
So there's 2 blades with a pretty decent variance based on skill level. It can range from pretty well, 6 to 8 inches to just a fraction of an inch at the most, like elite level. And I'd say the difference between the wider blades and the more narrow blades could be balance, speed, and just your ability to be agile in your sled.
At the grassroots level, there's pretty adjustable sleds, so they can fit for longer legs or shorter legs, wider blades for better balance, or closer blades for better turning.
There's a lot of pins and bolts that the user can modify based on, their growth or their weight or what they kind of like out of their sled before they say, hey, this is the perfect fit.
But once you get onto the higher level teams, you start getting your own custom sleds made, and they fit perfectly to you. in what height you want it and how long you want it.
Because at that level, we don't really need to change it day in and day out. Something that's unique about this sport is that we actually have 2 blades underneath, not just one like your typical hockey skate would have.
So we sharpen the blades almost every practice, just depends on whether we lose an edge or not. And then we have little mini, almost like mini sticks with picks on the bottom of them.
So currently speaking, I'd say the biggest modification is just stick length. And because we use our sticks for both skating and shooting, you kind of have to consider, will a longer stick give me a longer stride? Or will a shorter stick give me a shorter stride? Will a longer stick give me a harder shot? Or will a shorter stick give me a more accurate shot?
So there's a left-sided curve and a right-sided curve. It's almost like having a left and right stick in regular hockey. So you have to be pretty ambidextrous to be able to move right to left and shoot with both hands.
I know when I first started, I actually wore my prosthetic in my sled because A, I didn't really know any different, and B, I didn't really know how to protect my limb when my leg wasn't on.
When I first started playing, I just wore a regular street shoe and I actually wore hockey pants in my sled, but later realizing that's not the most ideal because it's way too bulky and you don't really need protection when you're sitting in a bucket. You do wear shin protectors, and I actually wear a skate boot that has the skate missing just to protect my toes from pucks or people slapping at your feet.
It's your online portal to all things Moose Jaw. It's everything, all in one location. Find it all at discovermoosejaw.com.
Mission Control, can we access the internet through that satellite?
Confirming Geo satellite is internet capable.
Why do you ask?
Hello?
Are you streaming music right now?
What y'all trying to do?
Saskatchewan, 620 CKRM.
Scores! Jäger bomb!
In his first Paralympic Games for Canada. Here comes James Dunn with his first Paralympic goal. Like he's been doing it all his life.
"30 minutes in the books and just 15 to go here in the bronze medal final on a great Sunday. Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, Canada. Yeah, lots of sights and sounds in a beautiful city, a great host venue for the World Para Hockey Championships. Darren DuPont, Jamie Nugebauer with you here in the bronze medal game, and late in that period, Yifeng Shen was able to get this game tied up.
When you're a world-class talent, you don't get held down for very long, and he is shown to be world-class in this tournament there. And what a beautiful rush, a beautiful finish by a talented hockey player to tie it up when his country needed him. They called on him. They said, we'll change lines for you. We'll put other players with you. You go out and find a way, and boy, did he ever.
But we thought this game would go a different way. Minute 27 in, China took the lead way back in the first period. They continued to have early pressure, but in that second period, despite the late goal, the Czechs really pushed back.
Yeah, it was really some dominance by the Czechs, especially after they got their second goal. At that point, it was 2 goals on 2 shots for Czechia early in the second period after Mikhail Geyer got his second. They got a power play goal. You see them 1-for-1 right there. We talked about discipline being key. Both these teams answered that call. But, very interesting game so far.
Shot 7-6 in that period in favor of the Chinese as things really tightened up. And we're going to get a look here right away at what transpired in that second period. We saw some physical play. We saw a couple chances at both ends of the ice. But we saw the Czechs take the lead and then China answer back.
Yeah, it's been one of the games of the tournament here at the bronze medal game. Outstanding by both teams. Hechko had a very eventful period. Beautiful pass in front that Geyer just missed putting that one in. And then Geyer got a goal on the power play there. Turned it over against Yifeng. Hechko in there to get that. Pass it out in front. Geyer made no mistake. Yifeng Shen, you could tell, felt responsibility after that. He was flying there. He gets a chance. Maybe his first time getting free in the game, and dangerous whenever that happens. A little bit of open space, he'll find it. We saw a new gear of Yifeng Shen after his turnover created the goal, though, as you mentioned, the Czechians close to making it maybe 2-1, 3-1, 4-1. It could have been without some great goaltending by G, but here's the goal. Finally, only staring down one Czech player instead of 2 or 3 as he had throughout the game. Went around Kubesh and Roof Daddy, this time on Kudela. And the Czechians, Darren, clearly they need 2 or 3 guys in front of him whenever he gets the puck. Yifeng Shen, they had one opportunity there. It's all he needs. But it seemed like really he took it personally after that turnover that created the second Czechian goal.
The tournament's leading goal scorer, Yifeng Shen, now 13 goals on the tournament. He has been a lot of fun to watch. Still 15 minutes left. Yeah, China's happy. Looking to repeat their efforts from the Beijing 2022 Paralympic Winter Games, where they won a bronze. The Czechs trying to win their first ever World Championship bronze. So are the Chinese. 15 minutes to decide it all. Pavel Kubish and the Czechs get ready to go here in the third period. There's a little extra water accumulating behind the Czech net. It is up to 30 degrees Celsius here in Moose Jaw outside. Beautiful June afternoon. A little bit of rain in the forecast as well, as the hot weather does bring some thunder showers. But here on the ice, 15 minutes to decide a bronze medal, and Geyer is on it in the corner. Takes a bump. Janfu Zhu. Zhu takes a bump from Patrick Sedlacek. Geyer trying to get it free. It's sent around to an open wing. Vaslav Hechko tried to play it back down. Comes to the blue line and out to center ice, where Shen collects it. Shen sends it in wide of the goal. Kubish first on it. Knocked down by Zhudong Wang into the corner. Wang and Hechko now. Dolezal knocks the puck away from Wang. Shen in to help out. And the Czechs to the line. Held in by Chui. Yutao Chui. Backdoor Zhudong Wang couldn't take the pass cleanly. Now in front, Shen. Kudela has the pad down and makes the save, and he'll hang on.
And the Chinese keeping this loaded up line together. Chui with Wong and Shen. Chinese love to prey on turnovers, and Kudela bails his team out there. A couple loose, nervous-looking passes from Czechia to start this third period. And that line with Yu Tao Shui, Yifeng Shen, and Zhidong Wang, they're going to cause you problems if you turn pucks over loosely to them. They got a lot of speed, a lot of shot power. Czechia gets away with one big time right there.
Radek Salinka sends it down the ice. Dien Pong Q to center. Hard bump. Novotny. Vesely picks up the puck, sends it to center ice now. Novotny was turning, but Dien Pong Q plays it across for Han Wan Lee. It goes past Salinka. Race for it now. Tien and Hobble. And it'll be Hobble collecting it for the Czechs. For Vesely. Hobble again. Sends it across. And a penalty call coming. A team call. Tien to the box. The Czechs to the power play.
And the Chinese were the second most penalized team, as we mentioned in the tournament before this game started. Now they are the most penalized after taking two penalties, and this one is pretty clear. Keying on Jintao Tien there sent Hobble flying. Pretty dangerous looking stuff. Huge opportunity for Czechia. If you're going to pull off an upset of sorts, you need great goaltending. Kudela's done the job. Special teams got to be huge too for Czechia.
Now 1-for-1 on the power play. Czechia. A power play goal in the second period from Geyer that gave them the 2-1 lead. They have to start from their own zone. Doljal stripped by Shen, but it comes to Sidlacek. Off the wall, Shen collects it to the blue line and out to center ice. In for Geyer. Couldn't split between the two defensemen. And it's cleared back down the ice. 1:21 to go here in the power play. A key moment of this third period. Checks to center. Right side, Vaslav Hechko trying to catch up with it. Zhudong Wang bumps with him in the corner, and Shen picks up the loose puck, and it's back down the ice. Great job. They're halfway through the penalty kill. China. Oh, hard hit into the boards. Coming in with speed was Jianfu Zhu of China. Zhu now. Puck behind. Three. Checks her away. 3-on-2. Novotny with Ohar. Ohar has it. Forward for Vesely. Ohar going to the net. Finds him in front. Can't get the shot away. Chip. Second chance. Where's the puck? And Zhudong Wang comes in and clears it away. Great chance on the odd man rush for Czechia.
And the best save of the game so far, I would say, by Yang Zhao Ji. Huge game saver right there, maybe.
A great job making that save. Now just 7 seconds to go on the power play. They'll clear it down the ice. Jianfu Zhu. Yifeng Shen, now a penalty call to the Czechs. A team call. So a chance at one end of the ice for the Czechs on the power play. And when we come back, China will get their opportunity on the man advantage. All tied at 2 in the bronze medal final.
games for Canada. Here comes James Dunn with his first Paralympic goal. Like he's been doing it all his life.
Boy, oh boy, big moment in the hockey game. Games like this, Darren, medal games come down to these kind of moments. Must kill for Czechia, you would think. Nobody's held leads better than China in this tournament.
China's first power play for the #1 power play in the tournament. 63% on the power play. Coming into this game this afternoon. Mikael Geyer, though, intercepts. Looks for some help and then sends it around the boards to the blue line. Not out yet. And then Hetch goes away. Václav Hečko makes a move. Kubish will give chase in the corner. Along with Jian Fuzhu of China, they collide. Xudong Wang now collects the loose puck. Off the boards. This is down the ice. Dolezal. Shen racing after it. Almost intercepted a play from Kudela, who was out of position. Now a backdoor pass behind the intended target and cleared down the ice.
Boy, did Kudela dodge a bullet. He almost gave it right to Shen, the leading scorer of the tournament. Here you go. How about a goal for you? Wow.
They survived. Now a chance in front. Kudela, why not come back out of the net and plays it out of the zone. He's done a great job playing the puck, even if it was a close call last time. Alex Ohar plays it back out to center. Just 33 seconds left in the Chinese power play, and they're in offside. So full marks so far to this Czech penalty kill. They've killed off 3/4 of it.
Martin Kudela, though, are you kidding me? The goalie of the future for Czechia in the net, present and future out of the Flamingos of Ostrava. Got 2 shutouts in this tournament. He's been brilliant, but you're right. Well, he loves to play the puck, clearly. He's aggressive. Got him into trouble. Almost right there.
Sent back down to the Chinese end. And Jian Wu after it for China. Left it there for Dian Pong Q. Lost it. Václav Hečko can't take it cleanly. It was underneath him, and he didn't know where it was. China to the blue line. Tien now. That pass behind Hongguan Li, and Dolezal plays it back to center ice. Hečko. Now Vesely across the blue line, and it's offside against the Czechs. So China now 0 for 1 on the power play. The Czechs have killed it off, and we're back to even strength.
Yeah, not a great power play really by China. Didn't get set up. Czechia doing a great job of not allowing clean zone entry and not allowing the Chinese to get set up. And very aggressive style for Czechia. One of the few teams that have been able to stop the Chinese power play so far this tournament.
Miroslav Novotny on it now. Plays it back to center. Radek Zelinka. And an offside here against the Czechs once again. And a face-off back in the neutral zone. Tonight, it's the gold medal final. The #1 team in the world, the USA. The #2 team in the world, Canada. And a rematch of Wednesday night's preliminary round finale, in which the U.S. were able to defeat Canada. The rematch for gold tonight. Zdeněk Kabel plays it to an open wing. Miroslav Novotny off the wall, back down to the Chinese blue line. Now Shen working his way in, takes a bump from Abel. Good play defensively. Ohar ahead for Vesely. As Novotny going to the net, played it forward. Still tied up, Novotny with Vesely and Ohar. It's Vesely in the circle. Tried to play it down. Zelinka takes a hard bump from Zhu. And with Radek Zelinka shaken up after that hit. We'll get a face-off and chance to see this again.
Yeah, so hold it right here. The Chinese have tried to be very creative in the ways that they've used Yifeng Shen. They have a defenseman here, and Shen is back here. So as you roll it, you'll see that there's a little rotation as Shen will go that way, and they try to hit him on this pass down the left side, line him up as a defenseman, try to get lost in coverage. Little creative face-off play there by the Chinese to get Yifeng Shen in some space.
Good to see Radek Zelinka head to the bench on his own. And he'll stay on the Czech bench. Logged a lot of minutes, the defenseman for Czechia. And he scored a couple of goals in this tournament too, a couple of key ones.
Yeah, he ain't going to take a lot, pardon me, to get the captain out of a bronze medal game, you would think.
So the face-off just outside the Chinese blue line. Here they go with that play to Shen. Trying to stretch the superstar. And the pass was out of his reach. Geyer with the puck in the corner. Plays it back down low for Pavel Dolezal. Held in by Chui. Liutao Chui to the blue line right between two defensemen. And Jianfu Zhu has to circle back after it. Zhu, drop feed for Yifeng Shen. Shen being watched by Geyer. Leaves it for Jinjung Zhu. Now Geyer. Chips it forward for Heshko. Shen knocked it out of the air. Dolezal across the Chinese line. Kubish a shot, and that was blocked on the way through from Zhu. Shen takes a bump. And the puck down into the Czechs' end. Less than 7 minutes to go here in the third period. 2-2 score. Here's a chance. Shen lost it in behind him. Still loose. Zhudong Wong's going to pick it up. Wong a shot, and he just missed on the short side. The action picking up here as Hobble will send it back down at the Chinese blue line. Ahead for Shen. Trying to split the D, and a shot right on. Cadella makes the save, and he'll cover up. Great action from the Chinese.
Yeah, everybody kind of forgot the puck here. Dolezal, Shen, everybody kind of overran it. And Wang was like, I'll pick that up and get a great chance. Cadella's made a great save here on Shen as well. The Czechs very fortunate. Wang missed the net entirely, but he had about an hour and a half to bake a cake and pick his spot on that first opportunity.
Hongwan Lee to the blue line, but the Czechs intercept. They'll set it down the ice. And this looks like it has enough to go for icing. And it will. So China mounting the pressure. And, you know, Jamie, the sharpest dressed coaches, I must say, at the World Championships, those jackets that they've worn every single game, their coaches. Very beautiful.
Yeah, I like that color combination, the teal. Beautiful, great point.
The Czechs send it back out to center. Novotny and Zelinka out there as well. And we got a penalty call. It's a roughing penalty. So a power play. When we come back for China. Here in the third period, a roughing call to Miroslav Novotny. 5:49 to go in the third. 2-2 with the bronze medal hanging in the balance.
It's your online portal to all things Moose Jaw. It's everything all in one location. Find it all at discovermoosejaw.com.
Mission Control, can we access the internet through that satellite?
Confirming Geo satellite is internet capable.
Why do you ask?
Hello?
Are you streaming music right now?
What y'all trying to do? Keep it coming
The Czechs killed off the first Chinese power play quite well in this period, but you can't keep going back to the well. This will be the second Chinese power play of the hockey game. They'll send it around the boards. Philip Vesely will get the puck, and he'll clear it out to center ice.
Yeah, the Czechians did an excellent job not letting the Chinese get set up.
Here's a chance for Shen. Yifeng Shen walks in. Great defensive play. Alex Olhar to get his stick in the shooting lane. A bronze medal on the line here in the third period. China on the power play. Yin Zhangzhu for Yifeng Shen. Zdenek Abel comes in for the Czechs and gets it to the blue line. Held in. Jianfu Zhu bumped by Abel to the blue line, not out. Kept in by Chui. Sends it forward for Shen. Yifeng Shen fanned on the centering pass. Radek Zelinka bumped it behind the net. Vesely picks the loose puck up to the blue line. Not out. Xudong Wang, backdoor feed, couldn't find Yitao Chui. Chui now protecting the puck, pressured by Olhar. Now to the middle, Vesely has it, and he'll clear it down the ice. 43 seconds left on the Chinese power play.
Pretty simple penalty killing by Czechia. 4 guys in the very center. Chinese love to skate it through the middle, generate space with their speed. You have to wade through 4 red jerseys. It's hard to do that.
Puck went past Jianfu Zhu. Now to the middle. Deflected on goal. Martin Cadella had to be sharp. And he was. Face off in the Czechia zone. 21 seconds remaining on the Chinese power play with a crowd in front.
Well, Zhu Jianfu with a little shot at Geyer, and Dolezal didn't like his shot on Geyer there, so a little tit for tat in front of the net. Getting unfriendly, these two. You saw the shot come in there by Geyer on Zhu Jianfu, and then Dolezal said, hey, stay away from our 37-year-old superstar who's got both of our goals today, of course, Michael Geyer. Motion's running high, Darren.
They are starting to. 4:07 to go in this third period. Hong Wan Lee over-skated the puck, and Pavel Dolezal will clear it down the ice. Final 8 seconds of the power play. The Czechs are going to kill this one off. 2 for 2 now on the penalty kill. And the score will remain 2-2. Back to even strength. Shots are 4-1 China in this third period as the Czechs clear the zone. Heshko. And Dianpeng Q comes to Heshko in the corner. Q left it there with help from Jin Zhang. Round the boards for Hong Wan Lee. Zelinka at the blue line. Holds it in. Radek Zelinka. Oh, takes a hard bump and a penalty to China. The second hard check Zelinka has taken in this period. And a teeing penalty against Jin Zhang will put Czechia on the power play.
We haven't seen a lot of Jin Zhang in this game, trying to make something happen. Loose puck, tried to kick at the puck, probably ended up kicking at Zelinka. Big moment here, power play with 3:12 to go with Czechia 1 for 2 at the man advantage.
Czechia takes a timeout here to draw up the power play. This might be their best chance to win a bronze medal here with a power play. They scored on the power play back in the second period. Mikael Geyer, early in the second period, gave Czechia a 2-1 lead before China tied it late in the period. Here in the third, a power play to take the lead again.
And look on who's on the ice for China. You got Shen. Oh, you got Shen, and you got Wang Zhidong. Czechians have to be careful here. The 2 best Chinese offensive players out looking for blood shorthanded here too, Darren.
China has 2 shorthanded goals in the tournament. A bronze medal on the line. China playing in the championship tournament for the first time ever. Trying to win their first world championship medal. Shot! Whoa, that just squeaked through and wide of the post. It got underneath the goaltender Yin Chao-ji. And China will clear it down the ice. The Czechs, 3 times they've been the runner-up in the bronze medal game. Will today be different? 3-on-2. It turns into a 4-on-2. Driving wide. Unable to get to that puck with Sledge. Sent around the boards, Jin Zhangzhu. First on it, Jan Fuzhu for China, but now the Czechs, Dolezal. Up top. Quick shot, Sledge. That's fought off by G. Hetchko couldn't find the rebound, and China will clear it down the ice. 1:10 to go on the power play. 2:20 here in regulation. Kubish poked it forward. Zhudong Wang on it, shorthanded for China. Wang in front for Shen, and he couldn't get the shot away. Kubish in to help out. 52 seconds left on the Czech power play. Hetchko will slow things down. And now he'll turn up. Hetchko to the left side for Ohar. Alex Ohar. Delayed offside here. They tag up. But China has control of the puck, and Jan Fuzhu plays it forward. Oh, didn't get enough of it. Fanned on the clearing attempt. Alex Ohar plays it in back of the goal. Vesely as it comes off the end boards. Hard off the wall. Zdeněk Abel. Abel protects the puck. Lost it for a second. Where is it? Held in. And it's fired inside. Just 10 seconds to go here on the power play. Hard off the glass. Held in by Zelinka. Radek Zelinka waits. Lets the shot go. He scores! Radek Zelinka on the power play. And with 74 seconds left, Czechia has taken the lead in the bronze medal game.
And the captain getting the job done for Czechia on the point shot here. G was out of position, sprawling on the ice from the left point. Good screen by Novotny, creating traffic in front. And Zelinka, his 3rd goal of the tournament, his 2nd power play goal. And it didn't come at a better time. Czechia with a 3-2 lead here. Darren, what a hockey game this has been.
Are we going to get a timeout call from China? The Czech fans. Can you believe it? A goal from Zelinka with 2 seconds left on the power play. They're 74 seconds away from their first medal in their country's history of the World Para Ice Hockey Championships. Hetchko has it for Kubish. And an offside call right at the Czech blue line.
And we'll keep an eye on G in the Chinese net. Hetchko did the right thing. Don't throw it in the middle. Throw it along the boards. If you turn it over, at least it's far along the boards, not in the middle where there's lots of space.
Yin Chao-ji still in the Chinese goal right now. Geng Jianwu for Zhudong Wang. Bumped by Pavel Kubish. Tied up along the wall. 51 seconds to play. Still tied up. Sedlacek looks at the clock. 44 seconds. Kubish battling. Tien for China. Comes to the wall and it outside the line. Geyer in a battle with Shen. 30 seconds now. Shen, he doesn't have any room. Now he plays it forward. That's out of the reach. Sedlacek racing after it with Kubish. Kubish along the wall, and he'll clear it down the ice. 17 seconds to go. No icing. 13 seconds. Stuck in their own zone. Dien Pong Q. 7 seconds. Here comes Shen. 1 last chance. 3 seconds. He won't get the shot away. And Czechia has it. The fourth time's the charm. Czechia World Para Ice Hockey bronze.
Well earned, well executed by the Czechians. At the end there, the Chinese rely so much on transition, so much on speed. Couldn't get the cycle game going, couldn't get the puck deep, couldn't get the goalie out. The Czechians with a gritty, determined, disciplined, structured effort here today, deserving bronze medalists here in Moose Jaw.
3 times in this bronze medal game, they've been the runner-up. 4th place finishes have been the best that this country can do. Not today, not in Moose Jaw. Radek Zelinka with 1:14 to play on a late Czech power play. Somehow got the long shot past Yin Chao Ji, and Czechia has their world championship medal.
And just the second power play goal the Chinese penalty kill allowed in the whole tournament as well, Darren. Incredible job. Pardon me, third if you include the one earlier today. But 2 goals by Mikhail Geyer also make it possible. Some elite saves by Kudela. And amazing stuff by Czechia here.
You mentioned Martin Kudela. 15 saves for Martin Kudela in this game. So many big stops late in that second period and throughout this third period. What a story. And how about Jakub Novotny? After the 2-1 loss to Canada, how emotional they were, how much they saw the growth in the program. Yes, they lost 5-0 to Canada in the semifinal, but they regrouped and they threw everything they had at the Chinese, and it was enough to win a bronze medal.
Yeah, you could tell that he felt like he was getting through to his team, the systems, the way that they wanted to play. It was coming through. They had a dominant, perfect performance in the quarterfinals against Italy, and they used that momentum today. Kudela, you mentioned him, deserves all the credit. 24 years younger than the incumbent goaltender Mikhail Vapenka, who didn't play at all here, and I think the Czechs got to be happy with Kudela moving forward.
Marcin Ramage, who is the LOC co-chairs of the 2023 World Para Ice Hockey Championship. The player of the game from Team China, number 24, Chu Jianfu. And the player of the game from Team Czechia, number 74, Mikhail Geyer.
2 goals for Mikhail Geyer, 1 on the power play. So key, not only on the score sheet, but also with that matchup on Yifeng Shen.
You know what, it was fun to watch. Best player on Czechia versus the best player on China. And Geyer won the battle. 2-1 for him in this game too. 4 goals for him on the tournament. What a great servant to the Czechian para hockey program he has been for a number of years.
China into A-pool, the championship tournament for the first time ever. They rolled through Group B. They put the world on notice. They got past Korea, fell to the USA, and made their way into the bronze medal game. For a lot of this game, they look to be in control. But this program has still come a long way. A bronze medal at Beijing, and now a 4th place finish here. They'll build off of this.
Yeah, it'll be a process. It'll be good for them to face teams in the A group next time around, you'd think. Teams like Czechia, like Canada, like USA, and that'll make them better and better in big games like this.
Referees, Bobby Esposito and Brendan Lewis of the USA and Marius Oswald Hermansen of Norway getting their recognition here in the bronze medal game.
We will now invite Peter Anderson, World Para Ice Hockey Technical Delegate and Chairman of the Moose Jaw 2023 World Para Ice Hockey World Championships, and Josh Dueck, International Paralympic Committee Athletes Council, First Vice Chairperson, to present the bronze medals to Team Czechia. Number 2, Peter Bocek. Number 67, Pavel Duzashol. Number 74, Mikhail Geyer. Number 82, Zudnik Habel. Number 83, Václav Hetsko. Number 29, Pavel Kubes. Number 1, Martin Kudala. Number 18, Miroslav Novotny. Number 19, Alex O'Hare. Number 92, Patrick Sedlicek. Number 6, Mikhail Depenka. Number 55, Philip Vasily. Number 27, David Verubel. Number 11, Karel Wagner. Number 15, Radek Zelinka. Number 12, Martin Gislavsky.
Great show of respect from the Czechs and from the Chinese. No doubt a tough way to end this World Championships for China after they had played so well throughout the tournament. The real only blemish was the loss in the semifinals to the USA. And who could blame them for that? So now, they'll regroup for 2025 and the World Championships and look to be back. But China has firmly established themselves as a team that will play here in the championship tournament.
Look at their roster, Darren. So many of their players are 2000 birth years and younger, so they're 23 and under. A lot of their key players. They got some good veterans in there too, but it's a very young team. Expect them to be a real force for a long time.
The World Championships always change every 2 years. Of course, Norway and Germany will be relegated to the secondary tournament, the B-pool. We will find out who will be promoted when the B-pool World Championship happens this fall. All that's left here, and look at that group. Zelinka scoring that game-winning goal with a minute 14 left to play. All that's left is to hear the Czechia national anthem. Tonight, the gold medal final.
We would now ask
9 p.m. Eastern,
if you are able,
the USA and Canada. But first,
the
national anthem of Czechia. You can't take away that feeling from Czechia. A bronze medal here at the World Para Ice Hockey Championships.
Hockey Canada would like to say a special thank you to the fans, partners, volunteers, and the participating teams.
But one. The gold medal game still to come. Canada and the USA. What a finish here this afternoon in Musha. Take a look. Radek Zelinka with 1:14 to go. A bronze medal winning goal and the first medal ever for Czechia at the World Para Ice Hockey Championships. Until the gold medal final tonight, on behalf of our producer, Clark Monroe, for Jamie Neugebauer and all of our crew, I'm Darren DuPont, saying thanks for watching and so long from Musha in the 2023 World Para Ice Hockey Championships.